Hi everyone, I'm Miss Haley and I'm with the Huntsville-Madison County Public Library, and today I'm here to share some stories with you. But first, I want to make sure you guys are ready to listen. So can I see your hands? We're going to sing a little song. Open, shut them, give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap, lap, lap. Apart together, give a little clap, clap, clap. Apart together, put them in your lap. All right, you guys, you are definitely ready to listen to some stories. And today, as you might be able to tell from my board, my stories are all about pets. And my first story is one of my favorites. It's called Mr. Fuzzbuster Knows He's the Favorite by Stacy McAnulty, illustrated by Edward Hemingway. Let's get started. Mr. Fuzzbuster knows he's the favorite. Mr. Fuzzbuster knew he was Lily's favorite. They'd been together since he fit in a teacup and she fit in diapers. Here's Mr. Fuzzbuster. They did everything together. Naps, arts and crafts, story time, dress up, walks, meals, more naps. But now 4 more animals lived in the house. They had other ideas. Well, I'm her favorite, blooped Fishy Face. No, it is I who am her favorite, hissed King. Bless your heart, I'm that sweet girl's favorite, squawked Feathers. Favorite, barked Bruiser. My dear roommates, Mr. Fuzzbuster interrupted, perhaps you forgot the official document. Favorite. The picture was old, slightly torn, and smelled kind of funny. But it was still absolutely true, and Mr. Fuzzbuster was going to prove it. In his best paw writing, he wrote a note. Dear Lily, who is your favorite? Please decide. When Lily read it, she giggled. This is an easy question. Mr. Fuzzbuster purred. Yes, quick and easy. But Lily walked right past him. What? Hi, Fishy Face, Lily said. The fish swam in dizzying circles. Mr. Fuzzbuster could swim like that too if swimming didn't involve getting wet. Fishy Face, you are my favorite fish. Mr. Fuzzbuster smiled secretly. Of course, Fishy Face wasn't the favorite. But being the oldest and wisest, Mr. Fuzzbuster knew it was his responsibility to make the goldfish feel better. Cheer up. You may not be the favorite, but you're as quiet as a cat. That's why I have not once considered eating you. And I'm a big fan of seafood. Lily walked past Mr. Fuzzbuster again. Hello, Feathers squawked. Mr. Fuzzbuster could squawk if he wanted to. Feathers, Lily said, you are my favorite bird. Mr. Fuzzbuster felt sorry for the bird. There, Feathers. You sing almost as nicely as I yowl. And you're a fine roommate. That's why I've never once considered eating you. Then Lily went to King's tank. Greetings, your highness, she curtsied. May I offer you some bugs for a snack? Mr. Fuzzbuster would eat a bug, but only for Lily. King, you are my favorite lizard. Mr. Fuzzbuster patted King with a paw. Poor King, don't take it too hard. You climb almost as well as a cat, and I have never, ever, not even once thought about eating you. Just one more to go before Lily told them he was her favorite. Mr. Fuzzbuster didn't mind waiting. Everyone knew you always saved the best for last. Where are you, Mr. Fuzzbuster? Lily called. Where's my kitty? There you are, Mr. Fuzzbuster. You are my favorite. It was him. He was Lily's favorite. The favorite. He knew it. Cat. But that meant... Huh? Mr. Fuzzbuster would not stay where he was not wanted. He packed up all his belongings except for the picture. He was almost out the door when he heard Lily. "Bruiser," she said, "you are my favorite doggy." Huh? Not Fishy Face, not Feathers, not King, not Bruiser, not him. It didn't make sense. She had to have a favorite. Mr. Fuzzbuster had a favorite. His favorite was the one he reminded to open his cans of food. The one he encouraged to pet his belly by purring loudly. The one who always lost when they played catch the string. And the one who said she had a favorite: goldfish, bird, lizard, dog, and cat. Mr. Fuzzbuster shredded the first note he'd written to Lily about favorites, and he wrote a new one. "Lily is our favorite." They all agreed. "Good night, my favorite goldfish. Good night, my favorite bird. Good night, my favorite lizard. Good night, my favorite dog. Good night, Mr. Fuzzbuster, my favorite cat." Then Lily crawled into bed and hugged her doll. "Good night, Cora Belle," Lily yawned. "Oh, my favorite." The end. I hope you guys liked that story. And before we read the next one, I have a rhyme that we can do together. It's a finger play, so you're going to need your hands. Can you make a fist and put it in your hand? It's going to be your turtle. There was a little turtle. He lived in a box. Can you make a box? He swam in a puddle, and he climbed on rocks. He snapped at a mosquito. He snapped at a flea. He snapped at a minnow, and he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the minnow, but he can't catch me. Good job, you guys. Our next book is about a dog, and it's called Gaston. Written by Kelly DiPuccio, pictures by Christian Robinson. I think you'll like this one. Gaston. Mrs. Poodle admired her new puppies, Fifi, Fufu, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Would you like to see them again? Fifi, Fufu, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Perfectly precious, aren't they? Mrs. Poodle thought so too. The puppies grew as puppies do. 3 were no bigger than teacups. But the 4th continued to grow and grow until he was the size of a teapot. Mrs. Poodle took pride in teaching her puppies to be proper pooches. They were taught to sip, never slobber. Good. Well done. Very nice. Oh, nice try. They were taught to yip, never yap. Yip, 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 roof. Wow. And they were taught to walk with grace, never race. Tip, toe, tippy toe. Whoa. The puppies were also taught how to look pretty in pink, nibble their kibble, and ride in style. Whatever the lesson, Gaston always worked the hardest, practiced the longest, and smiled the biggest. Mrs. Poodle was pleased with all her puppies, Fifi, Fufu, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Spring arrived, and the proud mother was eager to show off her darlings. She took them to the park for their very first stroll in public. There was so much to see. Daffodils, ducklings, dogs. Oh dear, who do we have here? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. Would you like to see them again? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. This was more than a little awkward. The mothers sized up the pups. The pups sized up one another. It seems there's been a terrible mistake, Mrs. Bulldog said, breaking the silence. Oui, Mrs. Poodle agreed sadly. Whatever shall we do? Mrs. Bulldog could not come up with an answer. I guess we'll let them decide, she replied at last. Gaston and Antoinette were young, but even they could see There had been a mix-up. The two puppies began to circle around and around the group. Gaston walked with grace. Antoinette raced. Gaston yipped. Antoinette yapped. And when they finally came to a stop, the puppies had traded places. There. That looked right. It just didn't feel right. That evening, Antoinette tried to fit in with her new sisters, but she did not like anything proper or precious or pink. "Phooey," she said. On the other side of town, Gaston tried to fit in with his brothers, but he didn't like anything brutish or brawny or brown. Ugh. Antoinette and Gaston were not the only ones having trouble adjusting. The next morning, Mrs. Poodle forgot all about being proper and raced back to the park. Mrs. Bulldog was already there waiting with her bully brood. "It seems we've made a mistake," she called out. "Oui, oui," Mrs. Poodle agreed happily. This time, Gaston and Antoinette wasted no time trading places. There. That looked right, and it felt right. From that day forward, the families met in the park every afternoon to play. Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette taught the poodle puppies a thing or two about being tough. Likewise, Fifi, Fufu, Oolala, and Gaston taught the bulldog puppies a thing or two about being tender. And many years later, when Gaston and Antoinette fell in love and had puppies of their own, they taught them to be anything they wanted to be. The end. I hope you guys like that book as much as I do. And before we read our last book, I want to play with my board a little bit. I have some doggies with me today, and I have 5. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. And they are all different colors. I think we'll start with, what color? The yellow one? Okay. You know, I heard that these dogs might need a bath. I heard they might have fleas. Let's see if we can find one. Little flea, playing hide and seek. Are you under the yellow dog? Let's take a peek. Nope, it's a clean puppy. All right, let's do the gray one next. Little flea, playing hide and seek. Are you under the gray dog? Let's take a peek. Look, he's clean too. Good job. Let's see, I think we should do the tan one next. Little flea, playing hide and seek. Are you under the tan dog? Let's take a peek. Nope, he's all clean. The brown one? Okay. Little flea, playing hide and seek. Are you under the brown dog? Let's take a peek. Oh, nope, look. He's all clean too. That must mean, oh no, he's on the white dog? Let's see. Little flea, playing hide and seek. Are you under the white dog? Let's take a peek. Oh, look. My little white dog is all clean. Oh, those puppies must have been clean after all. That's good. They don't like baths. And it's time for my last book, which is also about a dog. See, there's the dog. It's called Bad Dog by Mike Bolte. Bad Dog. Look what I got for my birthday. A pet dog. My dog has black and white fur, pointy ears, a cute little nose. Her name is Rocky, and she is a bad dog. Rocky doesn't listen like good dogs. Hey, Rocky, come on. Aw, come on. You can do it, Rocky. Come here, girl. See? Rocky is a bad dog. Good dogs like to go for a walk, but not Rocky. And Rocky really doesn't like other dogs. She's great at climbing, though. Bad dog, Rocky, come down. Rocky doesn't listen. She's a bad dog. I am teaching Rocky to do some tricks that good dogs do. Not that. Sit. Sit, Rocky. Stay. Rocky, fetch. Rocky, roll over. Shake a paw. Rocky is not a good dog. But Rocky isn't all bad. Rocky doesn't bark at the mailman. And Rocky doesn't have accidents on the floor. Just there. She doesn't chew my toys either, though she does like to play with my shoelaces. What does Rocky like? Well, Rocky likes to sleep in the sun, and sleep on Dad's chair, and sleep on Mom's clothes. Rocky really likes to sleep. I thought Rocky liked to play in the water. But she does not a fan of bath time. Come down, Rocky. See, Rocky doesn't listen. She's a bad dog. With black and white fur, pointy ears, and a cute little nose. You know what? I think Rocky would make a pretty good cat. The end. You know what? I think that was a cat after all. What do you know? Well, that was my last book for us today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope sometime soon you guys will get to come to the library to see Storytime in person. Thank you.